Welcome back to another video, crew. We've had a slightly delayed start, but we're on the roll now. Just as I was about to leave, realised my Wahoo hadn't charged properly, so I took an extra 15 to give that some juice and hope that it holds on for the ride. And then I got on the bike and my seat wasn't quite right because I just put a rear bottle cage holder on, and yeah, the seat wasn't quite right, so had to go back to sort that out. Because we got a mammoth day, crew. Let's go. So what is this mammoth day you speak of, Jay? Diggy dog. We have 6-hour ride with 2x60 kilometre efforts around Ironman pace. Then we have a 1-hour run off the bike with 30 minutes at Ironman race pace, 30 minutes easy. So, let's go. Now this day is made all the more epic because we are actually in a race against the clock because today is Valentine's Day. And believe it or not, I'm actually doing something with Ruby tonight. Who would have thought? I know. The girlfriend that never gets any attention because I'm always out riding. So I have to be out the front of her work at 4 p.m. And so that's why our little delayed start this morning was a kicker. Every second counts in this dire, do or die, massive day of training. Bum, bum, bum. If you are new to the channel, welcome. But please don't judge me on the cinematic value of this video. This is going to be a raw, just come along for some solid training. Please go have a suss of my other videos where I actually had time to get some good shots for you. This is just a straight hard session. Oh. Foxy Loxy. We are actually only 2 weeks away from Ironman New Zealand. So this is my last 6-hour ride. Then next week I have a hard 4-hour-y. But yeah, this is my last big one before New Zealand and will probably be my last video before the race week video. So yeah, stick around, we'll have some yarns and I'll fill you in on how things have been going. My goal Ironman wattage is around between 280 to 290 watts. That's what seems to be in the right zone. But for today, I've got a ceiling of 280. And also, to be honest, we'll just see what the body's got. Like, I'm 1 week from my taper, I am peak fatigue. We're not here to demolish, once again. We're just here to try get some solid work in around that Ironman effort. So, whatever the body's got is what we shall deliver today, crew. Someone commented asking me how I cope with such big days and how I recover from them. And one of the key things I've had to learn is we can't PB every single session. And I remember when I first started in this sport in 2019, I would be furious if I did a workout and didn't hit the power I wanted. And you know what? The truth is, especially when you're building for an Ironman, your body is super fatigued. It's going to be so much variation, and the best thing we can do is have consistency. And so that means day after day, executing. And we need to move on, right? We get too stuck in one session. You've probably got another 2 sessions left for the day. So allowing yourself to understand you're not going to PB every session. You can only produce what you can on the day. We're not building in and tapering for a training session. It's just a training session. Let's do all we can to hit the required efforts or wattages or paces, but you can only do what you can only do. And that's been a key learning and allowed me to really back it up every day. And very much key with this session is I've got to be ready to not hit the power I want, because it's unrealistic to assume right in the deepest part of my Ironman build, I'm going to be able to produce like basically an exact replica of the Ironman session, like of the Ironman bike. If I did, then what would the taper be for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, look, I'm gonna give it all I got and try to hit those 260k efforts right around that 280. But if I don't hit it, it's okay. We will feel what the body's got and we'll work with what the body's got. And that's such a key mentality to being consistent and to get the absolute most out of yourself. We will cruise to the beach, which is another like 15-20 minutes, and then we'll basically just get into the first effort. Then it's 10 minutes easy effort again. We will probably stop at some point. I'll need to fill up my bottles, might even grab a cheeky strawberry donut between the two efforts. We are cruising along Beach Road now. We're very nearly almost an hour into the ride. Done a good warm up, and yeah, I'm about to get stuck into my first effort. Let's go, crew. It's a ripper morning for it too. There's no wind. It's good temperature as well. Not too warm, not too cool. Let's go. We are halfway, 30k through the first effort. Thought I should have bloody put my disc wheel on. Try to save a minute or two. Now we're going well, crew. Just trying to sit in that comfortable but uncomfortable place. There we go, crew. I have done my first effort. That ended up going super, super well. Average 297 watts for the 60k. Yeah, like I wasn't purposely trying to push. I just wanted to find that zone of, you know, you're tapping away, but you're still comfortable. Your breathing's in control. You're getting your nutrition in. Like I could have soft pedaled the last like 5-10k and kind of cruised it in and still kept it above the 280, but like I didn't want to. I wanted to keep the momentum, and like I'd rather, if that's how I felt good, like I trust that, and if then the fatigue catches up with me in the second one, then that's okay. It's just good to get some good time in that zone, and yeah, I'm really happy that that's how easy 297 watts felt. Now we got 10 minutes easy. We're down in Dramana, by the way. We got 10 minutes easy. I might try stop. I think I've got to do a whiz and then stop and grab a donut quickly from a petty station just because it's hard to keep like 6 hours of nutrition on you. And I just really want to make sure I'm keeping topped up. I've got my 90 grams of carb per litre and 1500 milligrams of electrolytes in each 1 litre bottle. And I've also been having a few Morton gels. I've never had Morton gels before, but testing them out because that's what's on course for Ironman New Zealand. And to be honest, I really like them. Good consistency. So yeah, go have a whiz, see if I can find a donut, quickly inhale that. Then we'll head back, do our next 60K. Let's go. It's falling apart. Ah! Why is it falling apart? I think this one was made in the year like 1850, I think. You get what you can get, hey? The blue mamba, what a weapon. I've topped them up with a couple Powerades as well. 2 for $7.50. Gotta love the petrol station special. All right, time to roll, let's go. There we go, second effort done. That one ended up being 302 watts, which yeah, I'm really, really happy with. Like, it's just a good example of how, as I was talking about, just you can only do what you can only do on the day with what you got, right? And that's such an important mentality for staying consistent. And today I was rewarded with that consistency, you know, like when things don't go to plan or, you know, your power's not quite where you'd want it, it's very easy to get frustrated or think, oh no, I'm losing the fitness, or want to throw the towel in on the session. But no, just working off that effort. What's the effort you're aiming for? And just keep tapping away. And, you know, as long as you're not having 3-4 days in a row where you can't hit sessions, you know, it's good if you can't hit a session. Like, it shows you're pushing yourself, you're on that edge. And yeah, today I was just rewarded, and the legs showed themselves, and the work we've been doing really showed itself. And that's a really nice confidence booster 2 weeks out from New Zealand. So I'm very confident that I can hit the power I'm gonna want to. You know I'm capable of it. Again, we can only do what we can only do on the day, and, you know, hopefully I can translate that work on the day. But either way, you know, the time will come and the work won't lie, crew. Whether that's New Zealand or later this year or or next year. I know we're on the right path, and I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome fun. That was good fun, crew. I've just turned around because we're only 4.5 hours in, so I've got to do about another 40-ish minutes of easy spinning before we start heading back to round out the 6 hours. So we'll just cruise back down the beach for a bit and then turn around and head home. I'm just finishing up the ride now, so it'll be 195 k's, 6 hours, and almost 1,200 meters elevation gain. So, you know, some rolling in there, which is good because New Zealand is rolling, and those 60k efforts were honest. Weren't just like around a velodrome or on Tempest Fugit. Yeah, so really happy with that ride. Now we'll quickly duck inside, chuck the run kit on, and we're gonna head to the gravel track, and I'll fill you in on that in the car on the drive. Also, PS, we're on track. It's 12:18 p.m. So we're on track to get to Ruby's work by 4. Keep chugging, crew. So one thing you guys don't know is this last week I have been off running. So last Thursday I had my 33 kilometer run, which was the progression from the previous week, which is the video you last saw, and that was alternating between 1k at 4 minute per k pace and 1 minute easy. And I pulled up the next day like I couldn't walk, like my shin splints were so bad. And yeah, very thankful to my physio, Nick, Melbourne CBD physio, and Tal at Trademark Performance. Just, yeah, thankfully I have some people, you know, I now know some people and who have been able to help me, and I'm very, very appreciative of they've gone out of their way to make little old me a priority, which is very nice. And look, we're not too worried. Effectively, it's just change gears, turn a corner. So effectively the diagnosis is it's just a little tendon on the inside that runs along the shin bone. As I thought, you know, calves just overloaded, eventually starts putting more load through the tendon until it can't cope. I was told to have a week off by my physio, just let it ease a bit. You know, to be honest, I got pretty worried there with how sore it was. I was like, this is not good, not what you want 3 weeks before an Ironman. But thankfully it's eased up pretty well, and look, I'm just hoping this run goes well, and then hoping that I pull up well from it, because tomorrow we have another 35 kilometer run with 4x5k at race pace. So yeah, look, I'm confident that I can get through, you know, the next couple of weeks. I'm confident I can get through New Zealand, but what it looks like on the other side, there might be a couple of weeks off running just to make sure we get on top of it. But look, this is all just, as I've talked about before with some of my previous niggles, like my physio isn't worried, like I'm doing a lot of the right work in the gym, and this is just part of like being off running for like 1.5 2 years from my knee injury. You know, like I've got to build back that strength, and obviously as we worked on that new run form, it loads the calves a bit more, but it's more efficient and better on the rest of the body. So just, you know, gradually trying to improve my body's endurance, and it's just part of it, you know. So I was instructed by the physio to only run on the flat, which is why we're heading to the track. Just make sure it's a nice controlled environment. I'm gonna jump straight out of the car and get straight into it. So it's 30 minutes at 4:10 pace, and coach has written just try to get as comfy as possible, and that's what it's really about, especially at the start of the Ironman run, is just settle, you know, get comfortable. Don't push the pace, let the pace come to you. So yeah, we'll get into it. It's warming up now too, so yeah, and then I'll grab you guys for the easy 30 minutes and we'll get some cheeky shots to celebrate the 7-hour solid day. Well, crew, unfortunately 1.5k in, I've had to stop. My shin was only getting more and more painful. Yeah, it's really, that's a blow. Contacted my physio, we'll get in touch with Savo, and I've spoken with my coach. Yeah, it's a real blow, that one, crew, because we are only 2 weeks out from the race, and there is a good chance I may need to pull the pin after this, because look, maybe there's a chance I could hobble through it. Maybe it will come good after a few more days rest. But like, you know, obviously we can only cross bridges as we come to them, but I don't want to do anything that causes me to have months off. Yeah, I'm bummed, crew. Don't know what more to say, unfortunately. Started off the day with a ripper ride, and yeah, I was pretty confident that this was going to go well, as physio thought we were ready, and but the shins felt pretty good, so yeah, I guess just part of the process, hey crew. We do what we can with what we've got, and I'll cross these bridges over the next few days with the physio and see what we come up with, hey. Thank you very much for watching, and I better go get ready to go pick up Ruby and not be a sad sack. Oh, crew. I guess I'll see you at the next one, and I have no clue what that'll be. No clue.